Group of women on Monday protested against the planned August 1, 2024 nationwide protest in Abuja just as another group of young Nigerians came out to block Abuja-Kaduna highway demanding end to bad governance in the country. The women groups in Abuja staged the protest against the planned nationwide demonstrations over economic hardships. Many Nigerians have described the women action as an irony of protesting to stop the protest, with some calling it a misuse of resources and questioning the motives behind the rally. Also, Say No to Protest was held in Lagos on Monday to kick against the planned protest. The Say No to Protest Nigerian women in Abuja came out in mass and were spotted dancing as a way of protesting against people planning the August 1, 2024 nationwide protest over what many described as alarming rate of hunger and hardship currently in Nigeria. While the women in Abuja was protesting, in a bold move, anti-government protesters blocked the Kaduna Road Highway, a critical link between Kaduna and Abuja, just 3 days ahead the planned 10-day nationwide protest. The demonstrators, carrying placards with messages like, "We are not slaves," and "Hardship is unbearable," chanted anti-government slogans, expressing their frustration with the country's economic situation. The protesters demanded an improvement in the cost of living and the reversal of government policies, particularly the reinstatement of petrol subsidies. Nigeria is grappling with its worst cost of living crisis in a generation, with food prices more than doubling since President Bola Tinubu removed subsidies and floated the naira. The government has been trying to prevent the protests, meeting with traditional rulers, clerics, and other groups, while security agencies warn of potential violence. However, men of the Nigeria Police Force have arrested a young man allegedly accused of inciting violence on TikTok ahead of the planned August 1, 2024 mass protest envisaged by Nigerians to press home their demand over high cost of living in the country. Nigeria Police Force, in a news release signed and made available on Sunday by Plateau State Police Command spokesperson Alfred Alabo, said the suspect in a viral TikTok video called for people to attack security operatives and burn down government properties including police stations. The statement reads in quote, "Following the release of a TikTok video that occupied the social media space, stimulating violence in connection with the planned nationwide protest, the Plateau State Police Command has trailed and arrested the author of the inciting video." On the 27th of July 2024, the attention of the command was drawn to the video putatively emanating from a TikTok account, identified as Dam Malam 68. The suspect in the video was seen assertively inciting the public to attack security operatives and burn down critical state and private infrastructures in Plateau State as part of the activities for the protest. Based on the strength of the information, the Plateau State Commissioner of Police, CP Emmanuel Oluwemiga Adesina, sets tactical assets of the command on motion to trace and apprehend the source of the mischievous video. Consequently, on the 28th of July 2024 around 11:30 a.m., one Suleiman Yakubu, male, aged 34 years, of Jos North, Plateau State, who appeared in the viral video, was picked at Amadu Bello Way, just through an impeccable informant. While in our custody, the suspect confessed to being the one in the scatterful video. Meanwhile, investigation is still ongoing. In view of the above, the Commissioner of Police wishes to... Despite dozens of protesters arrested and detained by security operatives in Uganda on Tuesday, some of the Ugandans, mostly young ones, have vowed to continue the protest against corruption even though they are killed. Kinuthia Ngungu, one of the major protesters who was seen on Tuesday helping many of the arrested protesters, said, "If he dies, he may escape poverty." He said a lot of people are dying on daily basis, hence if he's killed for standing against corruption, his death does not matter. Kinuthia was seen dragging a lot of people from the security operatives, trying to rescue them from arrest on Tuesday before he was finally arrested. NTV Uganda and KFM radio host, Pfizer Fox, and 3 others arrested and detained over the March to Parliament protests on Tuesday were remanded to Luzira prison until July 30, 2024. Ugandan police detained dozens of the protesters at the anti-corruption rally in Kampala on Tuesday, after the protesters defied a demonstration ban. Security were intensified around Bushega roundabout towards Massacre Road as youths attempted the July 23 march to Parliament for anti-graft protests. Police and other security agencies were seen patrolling the streets of Soroti City in anticipation of the planned demonstrations against corruption by some members of the community. Security were also heightened around Callaway as some youths attempt to march to Parliament to protest against corruption. Opposition leader Bobby Wine said heavily armed security forces were besieging his party headquarters on Monday and had arrested several leaders on the eve of a planned anti-corruption march that has been banned by the authorities. 3 Ugandan opposition politicians were detained and remanded in prison on the eve of a banned anti-corruption march, police has said Monday. The 3 members of parliament and 7 other people have...
Bringing you the news in a more digital way.